All right, switching gears, everyone. There's so much to consider during the home buying process, but before you even start looking at real estate, it's also so important to assess and prepare your financials, that to make for the best experience possible for you. So joining us now to discuss all this is Laura Adams, a senior real estate analyst over at Aceable. Laura, good to have you here. Thanks so much for joining us. The pandemic obviously has caused a lot of younger home buyers to come out of the woodwork and purchase homes, and there's so much to learn about this process, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. So how should you consider your financial situation if you're interested in buying a home?
Yeah, if this is a good time for you, you definitely want to look at your credit. Is your credit in good shape? The better your credit, the more favorable terms you're going to get on a mortgage. So making sure that you've reviewed your credit, you're well aware of any problems that could be lurking in your credit reports, and get them repaired. Also, you want to think clearly about what you can afford. What is your budget? Really understanding what you can afford. Maybe not the maximum that you can purchase, but what is the right amount of home for you? So really reviewing everything related to your current expenses, where can you cut back, and also making sure that you've got plenty of down payment saved up. That's going to be critical.
Absolutely. The down payment, the most critical. It took me forever to get part of that down payment ready for my house purchase. Laura, how should buyers actually go about calculating how much they can afford for that new home?
Yeah, there are different rules of thumb, but one way that I think is pretty easy to do, and it's something that lenders also do, is to compare your what's called debt to income ratio, or DTI. So this is going to be looking at your total monthly debts to your income. And so in general, lenders are going to want to see about a 36 to 40% DTI. And if you're looking at just your housing expense, it's going to be about 28 to 30% of your income. That's the range they want to see. So if you can calculate those numbers for yourself, that'll give you a good indication of what you really can afford.
And Laura, what steps should a lot of those buyers maybe take to save for that down payment? And what about some other additional costs that also that are associated with buying the house, because there are a lot of other costs that a lot of people aren't even aware about?
There are. So definitely, you want to get an estimate of that. What are all of your closing costs when you're talking about purchasing a home? And to get ready for that, you really just need to start saving. One tip I can give you is to set up a dedicated savings account just for the down payment. You might even ask your employer to split off and actually deposit a portion of each paycheck into that separate savings account. That will allow you to kind of build and accumulate your down payment fund over time. And of course, if friends and family are willing to help out and give you a gift, you can take that as well, and lenders will absolutely let you use gifts for your down payment.
All right, so Laura, sometimes real estate agents won't work with a potential buyer unless they've been pre-approved. And by the way, we hear that term a lot on this show in particular, but for some of our viewers, they might not know exactly what that means. So explain to us what a pre-approval is and what are the benefits of that step?
So it's simply getting an actual pre-approval for a mortgage from a lender. They will actually lock in your rate and your terms for you. But the trick is it's only going to last a period of time, maybe 30 days or 60 days. So it gives you the opportunity to go out and shop knowing exactly what you can afford. And some of the big benefits are that your seller is going to be confident that you are well prepared to finance this home. And I think it really gives you a leg up in today's competitive market, because it means you're going to be able to close quickly, and that's key. So again, it's going to let you know what you can afford, and it's going to let the seller know that you can afford to buy their home.
Absolutely. And obviously, Laura, hiring a realtor or a really good real estate agent is a huge and very beneficial idea in the initial stages of the home buying process. So what are the benefits of working with this kind of a real estate professional this stage in the process?
Right. So if you can work with an exclusive buyer's agent, that's just one option. It might cost a little bit in commission, but they will be dedicated to working for you. So they will negotiate on your behalf. They will not be negotiating on the seller's behalf. And that's really important. They can also be very familiar with the local market. So wherever you're looking to live, they may know some inside deals that are happening, maybe even some properties that are not, technically on the market yet. So working with a buyer's agent can be a really great strategy. If that's not an option for you, though, I would just make sure that you are working with an experienced real estate agent.
Laura, one other thing that's really interesting is the pandemic. A lot of people thought about maybe going to get their real estate license or ended up becoming a real estate agent during the pandemic. And you guys at Aceable provide an online real estate school for those interested in getting their license. Do you still believe now is a really good time to become a real estate agent?
Absolutely. It's a hot market. It's going to stay hot. The need for real estate careers is very high right now. And even if you're not interested in going into sales, getting your real estate license will give you the knowledge about the entire industry. So maybe you're interested in property management. Maybe you're interested in new construction or even real estate investing. Getting your license will allow you to go into any of those careers with your eyes wide open and really let you know what's available for you, and I think give you definitely, I think, a leg up in that career, whether you're doing it part-time or full-time.
All right, Laura Adams is Senior Real Estate Analyst over at Aceable. Laura, thanks so much for joining us. And next, guys, we're going to talk to one expert about what it takes to buy and maintain a houseboat. We'll tell you when we return.